education is brought to you in part by Bristol Plymouth Regional Vocational Technical High School, building for the future. Visit them at bptech.org. By GB Sons Construction Company. Visit them at gbsons.com. By Physical Therapy U. Visit them at ptuclinic.com. Mass Effect Football. Visit them at masseffectfootball.com. And by Advanced Trailer. Visit them at advancedtrailer.com. 40.
It's time for your local sports attention getter. It's 4 Deep Sports Talk. Come listen to the sports stars of tomorrow. You can call in at 508-222-1320 on WARA 1320 AM.
Everybody, as I finally get this board squared away, we are working on getting the stream back up. Make sure I can hear this. All right, there we go. Wow, that's loud. We'll turn that down. We are happy to be joined by the Lady Cougars of Tri-County, and they're going to introduce themselves. And there might be a little bit of delay getting it live on the Facebook, but it'll be on later today, definitely later today. So why don't we have you girls introduce yourselves, and I need, do you guys have the scores?
Yeah, we do.
All right, which one am I doing?
What about
That
this
one?
one?
You're
You're
doing
doing
the
hockey ones while we're doing basketball.
Oh, you guys get the hard ones. Good. This is really cool. All right.
The rest of that is girls basketball, and then it's boys hockey and girls hockey.
All right, why don't we have the girls, the guy that was in this chair is, oh my God, he's a midget. Dave Kane, the guy who was yelling at you earlier? That was him. Yeah, that guy there, yeah. Kind of broke the mic.
Did he?
I don't know, look.
It's
All right,
loose.
it'll work. All right, so why don't we have you girls introduce yourselves?
Okay.
And again, we apologize if the feed's not up on Facebook. We know the video feed, we're trying to work on the audio feed. Well, and then I can write down, I can get my cheat notes, I know who I'm talking to.
Okay. All right, my name is Jenna Farber. I'm a junior in the Health Careers program. I'm a captain. I'm also a back spot and a tumbler, and I'm from North Attleboro.
I'm Jenna Johnson. I go to Tri-County, and I'm in the Health Careers program as well, and I'm a senior captain of the cheer team, and I'm from North Attleboro.
My name is Grace Donahue. I'm a junior in the Health Careers program. My positions as a cheerleader, being a captain, a base, and a flyer.
Hi, my name is Mackenzie Mayo, and I'm a senior, and I'm in the Legal and Protective Services shop, and I'm a base and a tumbler.
Hi, I'm Julia Ponson. I'm a senior in Health Careers, and I'm a main base.
Hi, I'm Kaylee. I'm a senior in the cosmetology program. I'm from Seekonk, and I'm a base cheerleader.
Hi, I'm Sarah Burnett. I'm a senior in the dental assisting shop. I'm also a captain and a back spot.
Hi, I'm Jacqueline Ross. I'm a senior captain. I'm from North Attleboro, and I'm in Health Careers. I'm a base, flyer, and a tumbler.
Is that everybody?
That's all everyone.
So we have Jen, Jenna, Grace, Mackenzie, Julia, Kaylee, Sarah, and Jocelyn.
First one was Jenna.
Jacqueline.
Yes. And there's two Jennas.
Two Jennas.
One with one and one with two ends. I have two ends.
Yes.
Who has the two ends?
I have two ends.
Okay, that's easy enough. Okay. All right, that's easy enough. And
Okay.
then not Jacqueline, it's Jacqueline, right?
Mhm.
Yes.
I wrote that wrong. I wrote Jocelyn, sorry.
It's okay.
All right, very cool. Girls, thanks for coming on.
You're welcome.
I appreciate
Thank you for
it.
having us.
Oh, you're welcome. So the good thing about this show, and I told you, Coach, that you guys have a chance to educate us on what's going on. I had my notes are out there. I was going to ask Justin to go grab them. But you guys, I think it'd be even cooler if you guys could educate us where you guys are now, where you're at right now, what just happened, all that stuff to fill everybody in. If you want to call in, 508-222-1320. 508-222-1320. I also work with another radio station, so as I was saying the number, the other calling number came back in my head, and I don't think it would, sound too good with the general manager who just walked out in the previous show. So what's going on with you guys? Why don't you guys fill us in? I know you guys just won the was it the small division?
Small game day state champions.
All right, now explain that to us. Explain the listeners to that.
All right, do you want it from the beginning?
I'd like to.
All right, so We've all been cheering since our freshman year. Everyone's a senior except for Grace and I, and we definitely endured a lot of hardships as a team. Actually, the first time we ever won a first place trophy was this year. Yeah. So we always, we went through that whole streak of really not winning and not really being that great for a really long time. So it felt really good to finally have a good winning team. We competed at our school at our home competition, and we won for the first time, which was really crazy. I don't think any of us were expecting that. And then it came to states, and we did really amazing at states, and we won. We were actually the first team from Tri-County to ever win a state championship.
Awesome.
Yeah, and we're going to be attending the national competition in Disney World next month on February 7th.
February 7th. Then you also have something coming up with URI, UMass, and Providence, right? Providence College.
Yeah, so it's actually very exciting because a college reached out to us and asked for us to perform with them
That's
as
awesome.
a little practice round for Disney. So it's nice because we have URI, UMass, PC, all these colleges watching, and I know all of us are almost seniors on the team or juniors, so it's a great time for them to look at us through the college application and processing.
That's cool. That can end up in a scholarship, correct?
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Yeah.
That's even better.
So perfect timing.
And we're going to be the only high school there, so it's going to be a little bit intimidating around all these D1 college schools, but we're excited. We're up for it.
I think we'll do great.
No, we're up for it.
What are you guys nervous about? You already won the whole thing. I mean, you're just gonna, you know what I mean? If anything, they're going to be nervous because they're going to try to keep up with your, I don't know, your speed, your ability.
Thank you.
Remember, they're old now. They're a bunch of old girls. I shouldn't say that, but you know what I mean?
Who are you talking about?
What's that?
Who were you talking about, the old girls?
The colleges that they're going to be going against. Yeah, What day is that again?
Tonight. 6 o'clock.
Oh, that's right. It's the 11th. That's
You want to
right.
go? It's going to be at Providence College.
What time? 6 o'clock?
Cunningham Square.
6 p.m. Alumni.
If I don't make it, it's because I'm editing
Alumni
the
gym.
show.
You want to pop in?
It's going to be at Providence College at 1 Cunningham Square if you want to come.
Okay. Sounds like a plan.
6 p.m. Be there for square.
to go.
That is really cool.
Yeah.
So let's talk about work ethic, because I think it's pretty cool for the girls. How many girls in the whole squad?
15 competing.
15 were taking to nationals. There were 25 in the fall.
Okay, so they're definitely listening. If you want to call in, 508-222-1320. And I think it would be really cool for you guys to just talk about how you personally got ready for the season, getting into this season. You know what I mean? What you did. I mean, you guys play any other sports. We can talk about that. But I think work ethic, because all the girls that are listening and all the girls from other schools that are listening probably want to, do what they can do to be at your level. Because you guys are at the top of the pinnacle. You guys are there. So I thought it would be really cool. So why don't we just go around the table. You can guys talk about if you play another sport, and then we can talk about your work ethic going into this season. Is that cool?
Yes.
All right.
So even in our off season, we are.
Here, slide that right over to her.
Even in our
Thank
off
you.
season, we're always doing stuff to improve ourselves and do better. So in summer, we have summer tumbling where we all get together as a group and we work on our ethic, our technique, and how we can do better for when the season's approaching.
Now, do you play Jacqueline, right?
I'm Kaylee.
Kaylee, that's okay. I'll get it.
You
Kaylee.
can call me Peachy.
Peachy.
Call her Peachy.
I am going to call you Peachy.
That's my nickname.
All right. What do you play another sport?
No, I don't.
All right. So what did you do for, to get ready personally, besides hanging out with the girls and getting some routines down and working on the tumbling and everything? Did you do any? Do you do any extra weight room? Do you do cardio? Do you do anything like that?
Personally, I do everything.
Wow.
I do some cardio.
I'm writing
Hit
this
the
down.
gym.
Everything.
We ran
We do.
a
We
mile
ran.
every
We ran.
day. In the summer, we
yeah.
kickbox. We do a lot of extracurriculars as a team.
Oh, that's
Our
funny.
coach is a little bit. Our coach loves to exercise. She likes to make us kickbox with her and do yoga and so
That's-
It's for the better.
It's for the best.
You have to stay in shape.
It's a good workout.
It's a good change of scenery.
So all that workouts would make you guys better in the competitions and the games too. Yeah.
It helps us breathe.
Definitely
Yeah,
withstand
helps
our
our stamina.
Yeah, especially this particular type of competition, game day. It's actually pretty new to Massachusetts. Traditional cheer competition is more like it's like just music and it's just jump, stunts, and tumbling and just like a little aspect of cheer. Whereas game day is more like crowd leading. It has like pom pom signs in it and it's a lot of like yelling. So I think for us a big challenge was really getting our voices, like the like the height of our voices up to the level that it needed to be, like the inflectuation and the yelling from your diaphragm. But like running and screaming when we were running definitely helped that.
Believe it or not, Coach told me all about this between periods at school.
Oh,
And it
yeah.
was like, I got like all this information within, what, 3 minutes? And then the bell rang.
She's good at that.
She's good.
Oh, you're right. I swear to God, I had
Smart woman.
I had 7 papers with everything on it, and then I got carried away covering the BP game, and I tried to get it all together today, and then I had something else come up, but I have it right out there. I gotta grab it. But anyway, so the cheerleading, the tumbling, is that more like the first part you mentioned? Is that more like gymnastic based?
Yeah. So the
You know
regular
what I mean?
competition is more. It's called All-Star Cheer. It's kind
Yeah.
of like a type of like elite cheerleading where it's with gyms, and Jackie actually is still on our team, and they just travel and compete. They don't actually like cheer for any particular game.
Are you representing the school still, though?
Yeah. It's no All-Star Cheer has nothing to do with the school.
Oh, so it's all-star cheer.
All-Star, yeah, this is All-Star
Okay.
Cheer, and that type of routine is related to the regular competition.
But that's not what they don't.
We don't do All-Stars, no. But
You know what? See this mic right here? This mic belongs to you.
Great.
Thank you, Coach.
Yes, Coach. Hey, Coach.
They represent Tri-County,
Yes.
not an all-star gym.
Not an all-star
They went to an all-star gym over the summer to practice tumbling. That's
Yes.
where, Cheer Factor in Foxborough is where they have their tumbling classes. And they also, in the fall season, every Monday was Tumble Monday.
Tumble Monday.
Yes.
Yeah,
And so-
we work.
Yeah, so they would go to Cheer Factor on Mondays and tumble, tumble, tumble.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what about the cheer part of it, right? We already talked about the tumbling. What about that cheer thing you mentioned earlier?
So we started off with getting like our diaphragm and knowing the motions over the summer.
Yeah.
We had it's called like double sessions. All the sports do it. So we would go from 8 in the morning to 3 or 4 in the afternoon, and you would learn the basics: how to clap, how to do sharp motions, like what are the cheers, and then throughout the season we applied all of those aspects to make us tight, to make us have that crowd leading
Cool.
for games, and then we carried it over to the mat, where I think really helped us because we got all the experience with the stunts and everything. So when it came to crowd leading and having like proper technique with stunts on the mat at states and like any other competition, it came easy.
Now, this is also based on the school, right?
Yes.
All right,
Yep.
cool.
We cheered at the football games.
Oh, you guys, was this, all right, I get a lot of questions now. So was this evaluated by somebody while you were cheering during the games, or is this a separate competition altogether?
So, you want to go, Coach? Go
Sure.
ahead.
So, game day competition is based on 4 components. The first one is a band dance.
Yeah.
We don't have a band, so we had to take music from the internet.
That's
that
our
was band
band.
music.
Vinny,
And
our speaker.
thank you, Notre Dame. We used that, and they did actually during the games. They would perform their band dance just like they would for competition. And then the next component is situational, where the DJ will call out an offense or defense, like, oh, we're first and goal, or they lost the ball, and the girls have to know whether to call offense or defense. And those cheers as well, we applied
Oh, wow.
during the game. It'd be like, okay, we're going to do our situational, and they'd be like, oh, offense or defense. But that is something that they would do during the games anyway. They have color-coded lists of offense and defense, and if we lost the ball, I would be across the field and look at them, they'd be like, oh, defense, here we go, we're doing a defense cheer. And then after situational, they would do what's called a timeout, or like a halftime, a traditional halftime, and both the situational and the halftime require like hollerbacks. And so that was, again, something they did in practice during games, and they would try to get the crowds to holler back. The last thing they would do is a fight song, which, again, we don't have a band, so we took the song from the internet, and we would want the
God
crowd.
bless the internet.
I know, right? And the crowd would respond, "Go Big Blue," and they also would have like little prizes to give to our fans. So whoever yelled the most would get like
Yeah.
a little football or a little megaphone, and so
And they would jingle
yeah, the bells. They had little like kazoos, which apparently are frowned upon.
They are. They're loud, I guess.
But getting them to have the crowd respond back is a huge component of what they get evaluated on when they compete. So the game day competition was those 4 exact: band, situational, timeout, fight song. That's what they had to perform, and that's what they're going to have to perform at nationals.
Awesome. All right, we have a caller on the line. You still with us?
Hello, caller.
Hello?
I'm calling back Dom Damiano. You called me this morning at 6 o'clock this morning.
Oh, my God. This is my buddy calling in from Las Vegas. You know we're on the radio, right?
I am on the radio. I know that.
Oh, what time is it in Vegas? We have the Tri-County cheerleaders here if you want to ask them a question.
What's up, Vegas man?
Hi, girls.
Do you have...
I got a question. So what is your motivation? Like, the motivation for you guys? Like, I know when it comes to cheerleading, it's...
There might be another headset right there.
Family. Sometimes it's family, sometimes it's friends, sometimes it's something that you've seen, like when you go to PAT games or like from like high school events. What motivates you guys? What motivates you guys to do cheerleading?
Yeah, basically what motivates you, your parent, exactly.
I think we all as a team come together. I've never felt so much of a bond between anyone, especially I play other sports. I play basketball and lacrosse, but cheer is very different. So I feel like the bond, we all want the same thing, and this year we just clicked, and I think that's what motivated us because, you know, I'm not going to let my stunt fall because I'm tired. Like, I'm doing it for my team, and I think because we're all so close, that was a big motivation.
Thank you for the call, sir, from Las Vegas.
I'm watching the show. It's going great. I'll talk to you guys later. I'll talk to you later, Dom.
All right, thank you. That's TJ Albin. We are going to take our first break. Yeah, exactly. We'll talk about more.
That was
TJ.
Oh, wow.
All right, so we'll take our first break. You are listening to 4 Deep Sports Talk here on the news station, 1320 AM WARA, and online on our Facebook page. I think it might be on my personal Facebook page. We'll be right back with more right after this.
When you need your business to reach your target audience, let us help you get back into the game.
We do college recruiting CDs covering Little League Baseball and high school sporting events. We get it done right.
The Trojans 60.
Xavier 1-3 for Bowling. Hits. Shoot, scores! McCormick scores again on the rebound.
Hey guys, welcome back to 4 Deep Sports Talk. This is Catherine Conley, aka KC, with the rest of the crew. And so you guys mentioned that you guys won a championship.
Yes, we did. We won the state championship.
And how did that feel?
Amazing. Felt really great.
A dream come true. Yes.
I actually have the scores here, thanks to Coach.
Thank you, Coach.
Yeah, absolutely. So they finished their final mark. Is that probably the right way to say it? They marked it. Score, mark, whatever, right? Well, what sounds better? I want to make sure I know what I'm talking about. Okay, score. Thank you. 185.5. Then they followed up by. So this is wow. This is really up there. You got teams from Pittsfield, Keefe Tech, Greenfield High School out in the Berkshires. Holy smuckatoli! Wow. So the second place team, Wakana. Is that right? Wakana Valley, I think. Wakana Regional. I think I'm saying that right. They finished 172. South Hadley finished 160.7. The closest school around here was Nauset Regional down the Cape. They finished 153.3. Then Sandwich and then Cohasset. Wow, that's really impressive. That's awesome, girls. That's really cool.
Thank you.
That's really cool. So I wanted to keep on going with my buddy TJ Albin. He's doing an internship now. He's on bigger and better things. So, you know, I'm lucky I can get him on the phone because he's a bigwig now. But anyway, he talked about what motivated you, and you talked about it real fast. But I wanted to hear from the rest of you. He goes, what is your motivation to do and fall in love with this sport, this activity? Anybody can jump in. It doesn't matter.
She's gonna get mad at me, but personally, my mom motivates me because she's our coach, and she's pretty much. I've been cheering since I was like born, and she's been coaching since I was like born, and I've always seen her teams do really well, and she's always seen my like other teams do really well. But we've never really got the chance to like experience that together. So being able to like win states with her and go to nationals was kind of really great. And I work really hard at practice because I want to be big for her. And she said to me when she first started coaching 2 years ago, she said, "We're going to win states and we're going to go to nationals." And I said, "Okay, Mom. Okay, I bet." And here we are. Literally.
I wanted to ask you guys, so what is like your main focus of going into a competition and into games too?
So our main focus when we perform anywhere is really just looking our best and putting on a show for everybody. We always know if someone messes up, you kind of just keep going, and no one really knows what you're actually supposed to do. So as long as you keep going and put a big smile on your face all the time, yeah.
Coach has 4 rules for us. Rule number 1, we all stick together. Rule number 2, you're always on stage. Rule number 3, be respectful. And rule number 4, be a responsible athlete. So we always try to uphold all those rules when we're at both game and competitions and anywhere in a public setting.
I also wanted to ask you, like, what are the positions in cheerleading? Because I know there are positions like in other sports too.
Go ahead, Sarah, talk on mic.
So there's flyers, back spots, and bases. So bases, they're the ones that usually stand on the sides and hold the flyer by the foot, and the flyers stand on top of their feet. And as a back spot, I hold their ankles and make sure their legs stay together and that it's solid underneath, and that we're all working together to make it stay up.
Or stay in the air.
Yeah.
And that's just for stunting. There's about like 4 main components of cheer. There's stunting, tumbling, jumping, cheering, and dancing. So for stunting, everybody's assigned their own position that Sarah just explained. For tumbling, we try to have pretty much everyone tumble. That's more like the gymnastics and dance-based, like flips, tricks. And then for jumping, it's kind of like straddle jumps, like flexibility that like you show in the air. And then dancing is obviously just dancing, and cheering is like the yelling aspect as well as doing motions along with that.
Cool.
And for our division is game day, so we have a lot of signs and yelling that has to go with it. But traditional cheer doesn't have that, so we kind of get an extra thing that we all have to learn and come together to do, because if someone does it at the wrong time or holds the sign the wrong way, we get points for that. So it's like an extra thing that we all have to learn how to do.
Now, Coach, do you judge too? Do you judge competitions?
I'm a certified judge, but I don't judge competitions. It's kind of a conflict of interest because I'm currently coaching. But one of the things in judging that they tell us to do at the MSAA and the MIA when you get certified is that if you are judging game day, you have to really focus on technique. So for a regular performance cheer, if someone stays in the air, it's like, oh, good. And you don't get a deduction unless someone falls down. But for game day, they look at the position, like the foot position of the base, each flyer, making sure that their body position is accurate. And if the technique is off, they're supposed to have points taken off. Also, because of the palms and the signs and all the extra accessories on the mat, accoutrement, if they step on anything, it's a big penalty. So one of our competitions where we went against a lot of D1 schools, actually the D1 school that won states as well, North Attleboro, we got a 1-point penalty because someone stepped on a pom-pom walking from point A to point B. And we ended up losing that competition. That was our only second place, and we lost by 0.4. So if they didn't step on a pom-pom, we would have won everything.
Damn pom-poms.
I know.
Always in the
I
way.
know. They're always in the way.
Now, do you judge any other competitions besides?
No, Massachusetts is really kind of strict with their certifications.
Yeah.
It's totally different way of scoring for Pop Warner. Their scores are more cumulative. So if like one cheerleader throws 20 back handsprings, it counts as 20 back handsprings. In high school, if one girl throws 20 back handsprings, that's one tired girl. It doesn't matter. It has to be everyone through everything at the same time.
Wow, that's crazy.
I know.
Does that get confusing sometimes trying to figure that out? Or, well, you've been around a long time, right?
I've been around a long time.
Right.
So, no, it was definitely a learning stretch to go from performance cheer to game day.
Yeah.
And last year was the first year that I had the pleasure of coaching these fabulous athletes. And we were in performance, but we had a boy, so we were co-ed. And that is different scoring as well. But the level is very challenging, and we needed to go back to the basics because I had only had them for a couple weeks, and so we needed to go back to technique, and this is how your feet should be, and this is how your hand should be, and this is your body position. So, and we also kind of wanted to change the culture of the school, because before, when my daughter was a freshman and I would go from the Bristol Plymouth games and come watch their games, they wouldn't really be engaging the crowd. They'd kind of be like
Going
eating
through the
nachos.
motions.
And nachos.
Eating nachos, running to the bathroom. I'm like, what is going on right now? No. So it's been a big culture shift. And as a coach, it's amazing to see the progression, but also no matter where we went. So for example, we were at Hull High School. It was freezing. It was really cold, but they all had like their perfect warm-up suits with their matching beanies, and they were nonstop. We could only stunt a little bit because it was windy and the flyers were going in the wind a little bit. But they did like, I think, 7 dances, and every time they have a touchdown dance, they have a hip hop dance, they have immature quarter dance, they have a band chants, they have Sweet Caroline, they have all these things, and parents of our football players would be like, ooh, can they do Sweet Caroline? Ooh, can we do the one where we holler back?
Yeah.
So it's good to see that, but it's also good to be at other schools and have just strangers go, are you the coach? They're amazing. And I'm like, oh my God, thank you so much. I know, they work really hard because there's no moments off for them.
Now, besides the taco eating, and you looking at taking this position, what was one of the things you wanted to work on the most with these girls?
Their confidence level, and I think they all had been kind of, they weren't given the tools to succeed.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to make sure that they had those tools and then realized that they really can do anything if they set their mind to it. And these peeps really towards the end we use the Huddle app,
Yeah.
Use Huddle.
Yeah.
So they would look at it and they would be like, oh, this girl needs to do that and I need to do this. And they started becoming little mini coaches. And I wouldn't even have to say anything. I'd give them the iPad and say, you guys tell me what's wrong. And they'd slow it down and go, up, she didn't extend, she didn't this.
Yeah.
And then they would go to the younger people and say, okay, so this is what you need to do. Your body position is off and you need to do this. And don't forget to smile. Smiling's important.
Yeah.
And so it's good to see them progress to be, little mini coaches and just confident in themselves and confident in what they can do.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
So to get back to my next question, I want to follow up that question I asked earlier when TJ called about who motivates you and what motivates you to do that. I know a couple of girls answered it, but I think it's important. So if we can continue on with that, that question. What motivates you to do it? Stuff like that he mentioned earlier, because we really didn't get around to all you girls.
Well, personally, I've known my coach now since I was like 5, and she motivates me the most out of my cheer team because, well, yeah, I've just known her for like my whole life, and having her as a coach instead of my best friend's mom is very different, but she motivates me very much.
Thanks, Bethel.
So me and 2 other girls, Jenna J and Jenna B, we coach a Pop Warner team, and they're called the Junior White Rockets in North Attleboro team.
Yep.
It's like one of the youngest teams, and that's what motivates me because they came to a few of our competitions at our school, and to see them there watching us, I just want to be good for them because I want them to be able to look up to us and be like, wow, I want to be like that when I get older.
That's cool.
Yeah, so that means a lot to us.
That's awesome. Anybody else?
Me personally, all these girls actually really motivate me because they help me every single day with what I need to do and what I need to work on. So
Yeah.
coming in and them helping me is just what motivates me to come every day.
Cool.
Work hard.
Who else did we miss? Did we miss anybody?
You want to say anything, Sarah?
Sarah's warming up in the bullpen. She's waiting. She's
Getting ready.
That's all right.
Honestly, this team is really more like a family, and I think we all motivate each other to do better because it's like you see your friend doing better, it's like, okay, it's time for me to push myself as well. And it's like they're not doing as well, let's talk to them, let's see what's wrong, because we're more of a family, it's not a team. There's no competition. We just want to all do better as a team.
Awesome.
And that's what I love about us.
Very cool.
Go ahead, Sarah. Get in there.
Okay, so what motivates me is knowing that, like, if I don't do my job, it affects everyone else on the team. So it motivates me to, like, know that, like, if I don't hit this motion, it makes the whole thing look wrong. So it motivates me to just, like, know that, like, what I do has an effect on everyone around me. And
Cool.
makes me want to do better.
That's cool. Did we get everybody?
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. I want to make sure we didn't miss, because I know you all have your own, way you look at stuff, and I think it's pretty cool for you to. That's what this show's all about. All right, we are getting ready to take our second break, not our third break. When we come back, we will have the scores from Friday night, and girls and boys basketball, hockey, and that's it. Yeah, that's a lot. Well, we get a lot of scores coming up. We are highlighting the Tri-County Lady Cougars cheerleading squad. We'll be back with more right after this.
Hey guys, welcome back to 4 Deep Sports Talk here at the news station, 1320 AM WARA. We have the Tri-County cheerleaders in the studio, but first Justin and I will have the boys basketball, girls basketball, and hockey scores. So take it away, Justin.
Okay, thank you. All right, so starting with boys basketball, in Bay State we have Natick 71, Framingham 55, Newton North 56, Wesley 45, Braintree 67, Needham 54, Brookline 79, Newton South 61, Middleton 73, and Weymouth 59. In the Capes and Islands we have Barnstable 48, Sandwich 46, Nantucket 44, Falmouth 39, Dennis Yarmouth 60, Nauset 58, Cape Cod Academy 72, Sturgis West 49, Monomoy 74, St. John Paul's II 25. In Eastern Athletic there's Bishop Stang 79, Coy and Cassidy 27. And finally in the Hawk we have Adborough 62, King Philip 54, Taunton 83, Franklin 52, Mansfield 71, Oliver Ames 59, Canton 60, Sharon 43, Foxborough 46, Hutton 46, Milford 56, and North Attleboro 46. Now I'm going to pass the paper to Casey so she can continue from where I left off.
Thank you, Justin. And for the girls' basketball scores, Needham over Braintree 64-44, Natick over Framingham 67-43, Newton North over Wellesley 39-26. And to the Cape and Islands, Barnstable over Sandwich 48-46, Falmouth over Nantucket 67-22, Nauset over Dennis Yarmouth 72-20, Cape Cod Academy over Sturgis West 42-39, and finally St. John Paul II over Monomoy 42-27. In the Patriot League, Hingham over Marshfield 59-34, Pembroke over Scituate 50-38, Quincy over Hanover 59-53, Plymouth South over North Quincy 43-27, Whitman Hanson over Duxbury 47-39.
All right, finishing up, it was Plymouth North over Silver Lake 54-48. Seekonk beats in the South Coast. Seekonk beats Greater Bedford Volk 59-41. Bourne over Wareham 57-36. And Case beats Fairhaven 44-25. Boys hockey, Pope Francis beats Austin Prep 1-0. And in girls hockey, Longmeadow beats St. Peter Marion 2-1. And that is a sports update from Friday night's games. And again, if you want to call in, 508-222-1320. And I know Justin has a question.
Oh, yeah. So the thing I wanted to ask is, when you guys have to cheer, like in a crowded area, is it hard to rise your voice up to the point where they can hear you?
That's a good question. Sometimes at football games it can be pretty difficult, especially when it's really intense. Like if there's like a really intense game going on, it can be hard to try to focus on like the cheer that we're doing, kind of get it done, and still be loud while doing it because we're all pretty big sports fanatics and we all get really into the game.
That's a great question. I'm sorry. I thought someone was going to add to that answer, so I thought I had time to goof off, but I obviously didn't. All right. So we talked about work ethic. That's what the question we kind of stopped at. So you guys talked about who motivates you and stuff like that. What about your personal work ethic? Now, and I also mentioned earlier about if you guys play another sport. So if you guys could just talk about your personal work ethic to get ready. You don't win the state championship just by showing up. I know that much.
Very true.
You know, so I don't know what your personal work ethic is. I thought it'd be pretty cool.
So I mentioned before I play basketball and I play lacrosse, and right now I'm actually cheering for the national team and play basketball. So my work ethic is work smarter, not harder. doing it right the first time and knowing what you're doing before you actually go and do it.
Yeah.
Everything's safer, everything works better, everything, like you're healthier to your body in a sense. But my work ethic has always been just do it right, you'll be rewarded.
There you go.
Yeah.
Sorry. During the fall season at Tri-County, I do cheerleading, and then I also do it in the winter. And spring season at Tri-County, I play softball, and during my summer, I do a travel softball team for North Attleboro. So I'm constantly doing something, which I love because I feel like I'm a child that cannot sit still for a long time.
I agree.
That's true. And I always like the same things Jenna said, work smarter, not harder, and it's a great thing to live by.
Cool.
Coach says that to us at practice all the time, work smarter, not harder, because especially like we have practice this morning and we have practice after this. If we're gonna go full out, if we're gonna do our whole routine full out, she'll say to us, oh, if you do it, we know like if we do it correctly and we do it well the first time, then we're not gonna have to do it again because it's already gonna be done and over with. But when we start like kind of slacking and making mistakes, then that's when we really start to fall. So we always like have to keep ourselves focused and confident and know that we know that we can't do it.
Okay, what about the rest of the girls?
No, like I agree. When you work smarter instead of harder, like take breaks when you need it, drink water when you need it, refresh your body, get sleep. That's part of being the responsible athlete. That's rule number 4, and that's what we all live by. We'll text each other. We'll be like, make sure you go to bed early. We have practice at 8 a.m. So go to bed right now. We all look out for each other.
We'll be with each other. Like, okay, I have to go home now because we have practice at 8 a.m.
You better leave your house early so you're not late.
We have to text Kaylee, say, okay, leave your house now so you're not late.
Yeah, literally. We're always late.
Okay, we have 3 more girls that didn't say anything, right? Am I right? Or no?
You're right, Dom.
Every now and then. Not much, but every now and then.
Well, over the summer, we all prepared for the fall season by having a bunch of captain's practices and going to tumble and helping each other. We had fun. It wasn't just all work. We had fun with it.
Yeah, you got to love it. You don't do it if you hate it, right?
Yeah, of course. So I think that really plays a lot into it.
Awesome. Anybody else?
You want to say something?
I know there's more. I just don't want to say your name because I know I'm going to get it wrong in alphabetical order over here.
So for cheer, I think it's like equal parts like mental and physical. So
Yeah.
like for me, like everyone else said, work smarter, not harder. If you like do it the right way, you're less likely to get injured, and like that's just working smarter. You don't want to push yourself too hard. Like you gotta take enough breaks. So, sorry. But yeah, it's like I think it's like a big part of like mental game, not just like all physical and like being ready physically. You have to be ready mentally to work hard and do it like every day.
Right.
And succeed.
Do you play another sport for the school? Or
I do not.
Okay.
She's very busy.
Very busy.
She's very busy with us.
I can't do other sports. It
Right.
just doesn't work out.
Do we have everybody? Nope, you're right.
Yeah.
You also.
Go ahead, Jackie.
Please.
So for me, I feel like cheer takes up a lot of time, and for all of us here too. We have practice at least 3 times a week for Tri-County cheer, and they're a couple hours long, but that's what you need too. But it's more repetition and remembering everything.
Yeah.
And you really have to want it like within yourself and want it as a team, or you're not going to get anywhere. Because if you don't, like, you're just not going to get any better. So yeah.
Is that everybody?
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like we're missing a girl, but maybe I'm wrong.
Julia is a little shy.
Julia, there you are. I can't, Coach, I can't see her. She's behind them. She's behind my monitor.
Go ahead, Julia, say something.
Come on, come on. You gotta help us out.
What's she do?
Please.
You want to tell them about how you help?
Oh,
Yeah,
private coach, so I have this.
See? I knew we get something out of her.
I guess cheerleader. And she needs help with extra things, so like I'll take my time out of practice and stay with her later and help her like learn what she needs to learn. So.
Cool. That's awesome.
I think also along with work ethic.
Yeah.
Like I said earlier, we have an amazing bond with the family. So if one of us comes down from school, comes down in a bad mood, we're like, what happened? Like, let's talk before we go into a practice and just clear our mind. We have circles of love, and we all.
Oh my
That was well. That was a good job.
We all say like why we love each other, and it just helps because, you know, when you have a good working team, everything just falls into play.
It makes us feel better.
Yes. Like I feel like
Yeah.
a really good support team.
Everyone loves validation.
Yes, everyone
Yes.
loves
Yes.
it.
Yeah, good point.
And mentality is a huge part of that, so.
What about you, Coach? Is there anything you think you could add to that, what they were talking about?
Well, the only thing that I would say is to add on to their preparedness is that they do a lot compared to other cheer teams. So the game day competition is just one component of what they do. That's 4 separate things.
Yeah.
So for football games, they had a list of 60 cheers that they had to know. They had a touchdown.
60?
60.
60,
yes.
wow.
And what happens if you do it wrong, ladies?
Do it again.
Do it again.
I'm not joining
And
that
so,
cheer team.
I know, it's great.
It's a great time.
It's so much fun.
Sorry, my
And then
puppy.
they also had to do like, okay, so when the football players run through, this is what you have to do. You have to make the run through, you have to hold the run through, and then you have to do the touchdown dance.
Decorate
and
the
then
fields.
you have to decorate
Player
the field.
cheers.
They
Decorate
would
the locker
come
rooms.
early. Usually would be at the gym 3 or 4 hours before the game, so they could decorate the field and put posters up for the players. And each of them have player cheers for all the players.
Yeah.
So, because everyone likes validation, like Gracie said, right? So if the players did something well, the girls would do their cheers, and it was fun to see, like, the players that were on the sidelines would start, like, getting a little excited. When
They love
had
their
their
cheers.
They get a
They
little rowdy. They're
love
like, do my
their
cheer, do my
cheers.
cheer, and
Yeah,
then
they like to
they'd do
do
their cheer, and they'd be super excited about it. And the parents would even say, like, oh, does my son have a cheer? And I would say, girls, what's the cheer for so-and-so? And then they'd go like that. And so it was great because they also know the difference now between offense and defense.
Yes, we do.
We're very
They know
skilled.
what cheer to do at what time. They knew, and they would be super into the game. So there would be some points that I would say, like, you guys have to do a cheer, and they'd be like, oh yeah, because they'd be like, come on, defense, and like yelling. And it's great to see them actually engaged in the sport. And I think that kind of affection was reciprocated by the football players, because then they would come to our competitions and they'd
Right.
be like, wow, you guys did great. Wow, that's awesome. Oh, thanks for doing my cheer. The quarterback would say, how many times you guys going to do my cheer? And
Coach,
they'd be
how
like,
many times?
We'll do it 10 times if you do 10 things right. And like, it'd be the third time, he'd be like, three, one more to go. And he'd keep counting his cheers.
They
And
dance to it.
so it was and he had a little, his own choreography that he made up to his cheer. So it's been a great way to see them bond, like, as, you know,
Yeah.
as a class and as two separate.
Culture back.
Yeah, it's bringing the spirit culture back because it wasn't there for a while.
All right, we are going to take our last break. If you want to come when we get back, 508-222-1320. We are highlighting the Tri-County Lady Cougars from Tri-County Regional. We'll be back with more right after this.
Slater.
When you need your business to reach your target audience, let us help you get back into the game.
We do college recruiting CDs covering Little League Baseball and high school sporting events. We get it done right.
Of the game, the Trojan 60.
Is end. Savior 1-3 for bowling. Hits. Shoot, scores! McCormick scores again on the rebound.
Welcome back to the show. 1320 AM WARA. We are here with the Tri-County cheerleaders. So, and Dom, you have your question you want to ask them?
Absolutely. Thank you for cueing me in like that. That was really cool. So I thought it'd be cool to, because we only have 8 minutes left, to shout out to your parents and, you know, stuff like that, and give them a well-deserved kudos. And I think that's well-deserving. So when we go around the table, and you guys can shout out to your folks, your dog, your boyfriend, your favorite bicycle, I don't care, favorite stuffed animal, whatever.
Who's starting, Peachy? Go ahead.
I'd like to give a shout out to my family and everyone for always supporting me and being there for me. And I'd also like to shout out our trainer, Emma, because she's amazing. She supports us and she comes to all of our events, not just because she's a trainer, because she loves us. And we have a cheer for her and she's really great. Thanks, Emma and my fam.
I would like to shout out to my family for supporting me when I'm having those bad days and those good days. It really means a lot.
I'd like to shout out my mom and my dad and my sister Maddie for always supporting me and telling me I could do it when I don't think I can. So thank you, fam.
I want to shout out my mom, of course, and my dad and my grandparents for coming to every single cheer event always, and also all of our supporters back at school, like our athletic directors, Miss Martin and Mr. Vitale, our
Mr.
favorite,
V.
they love us, we love them, always supporting us, and as well as our administrators, Mr. Silva and Mr. Braccaccini, for always believing in us no matter what.
I'd like to shout out my mom, Brandy, and my dad,
Brandy.
Richard, and my sister, Kyla, for always being there for me through the blood, sweat, and tears. And, you know, those bad days when I come home and I'm throwing an attitude and they know,
literally.
everything's going to be okay. I'd like to give a shout out to the whole football team because I feel like they took a big role in giving us a lot of confidence this year and keeping us together.
I'm going to give a shout out to my mom. Her name's Alicia Ross. My dad, Dan Ross, and my little sister, Julie Ross. Thanks, guys.
Her mom was my cheerleader in 1993.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
She's been around.
Well, she wears it well, that's for sure.
I want to give a shout out to my family, especially my dad, because he's always there for me. And every time I'm like, oh, this hurts, he's like, oh, maybe I do this wrong.
Wow.
But he's always there for me and support me, so yeah.
Wow, this one's a lot faster than I thought. We still have another 6 minutes. So what's your question, Casey? I think we got time for that question.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you guys, like, do you have, like, any favorite pro athletes that you guys looked up to?
For cheer?
It doesn't have to be cheer. It could be any sport.
Thomas Brady.
Thomas.
Tom Brady.
Oh my
I love him. Robert Gronkowski. Please come meet me.
James Garoppolo. Julian Edelman.
It's James. His full name's James.
There's a gymnast named Allie Raisman. Her technique I look up to.
There's a cheerleader named Gabby Butler, and she's really amazing.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yeah. I look up to the Providence College cheerleaders as a team. They're really amazing, and I strive to be like them.
Is that everybody?
Yep.
Wow.
Do you have a favorite athlete, Coach?
Her daughter.
My favorite athletes are all sitting right across from me. I love them all, but I mostly love their dedication and that they always want to be good role models to the younger generation. And they know that they always need to get good grades and be respectful and be polite, even when sometimes people don't deserve their politeness. They are always people that I'm proud of. And so I feel as though I tell them all the time I want them to be lifelong athletes, but I think they're also going to be lifelong good people, and they're going to inspire others no matter what they do. And so I'm excited to the seniors. I'm excited to see what's the next phase in their lives, and I know that I will be in touch with them forever, but it's fun to see the progression of their personalities and see them grow and blossom into young women.
Is there anybody you want to shout out to personally, Coach?
Oh, I'd like to shout out to my son, Nathan. Sorry I'm not answering your phone calls. Mommy's busy. 5 times he's called me today.
19 years old.
I know. Oh, I'd like to shout out to my mom, Nanny. Hey, my cats.
Your husband.
Well, my husband. Thank you. I'm sorry that I spend so much time with all of the girls, the teenagers. Mostly I'd like to shout out to the Tri-County administration because they did not have to hire me 2 years ago as, I teach at another school.
Correct.
And but they took a chance, and I appreciate that because I think that the girls have been really receptive, and it's been a wonderful culture change to see the spirit come back at Tri-County. So that's a great thing to see.
Awesome. Hi, you're next on 4D Sports Talk. Do you have a question for the girls?
Not really a question, just a comment.
Yes.
I've known most of these seniors for the last 4 years. I've seen how hard they've worked to get to this point. It's great to see them finally getting a chance to compete at nationals. Also, it's great to see the rest of the team coming together. And I really think it's not really about us or anything. I really think it's just that this group finally came together. These girls have worked hard, and I know for me, I'm wishing them all the best in Disney, and I'm hoping that they achieve their goal. And if it isn't what they want, they just can come back with their head held high knowing they made it there.
That's
Thank you
awesome.
so much.
Thank you for the call.
I think it was my mom.
That was awesome. That was an awesome call. So let me make sure I get this out before we forget. So on the competition, they'll actually depart on February 6th. Thank you, I have it here. I just saw the light blink and I was trying to be ambidextrous. All right, the competition is Friday. The preliminaries are Friday, February 7th. February 8th is the semifinals. Sunday, February 9th is the finals. Location is ESPN Worldwide, Wide World of Sports Complex, 70 South Victory Way in Orlando, Florida.
It's the biggest national competition in the United States.
Absolutely.
In the world, actually.
Yeah, that's where they have all the nationals for cheerleading, right?
Yes.
Even in amateur, even in youth.
Even like youth people, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's that. If they want more information, Coach, they can go where to find it?
They can go to our website,
Which
or
is?
they can go to our website.
I'm sorry,
Our Instagram page.
Or our Instagram.
Try_county cheerleaders.
There you go.
Which has
Or
the website link.
She bailed you out
Our
on that one.
website is www.try-countycheer.webs.com.
Oh, yeah, yes, you're right.
See that? She's all right.
just
She's
had it
on
on
top
there.
of it.
Thank you.
I know you had it on there, but I get so much great paperwork here. I want to make sure I get most of it. I want to get 90% of it out. But I knew they could bail me out.
That's what they do.
That's
what
right.
they're good at.
I'm
Thank
good
you.
with numbers, that's it.
I just want to say
Facts.
thank you to my whole team because I don't think any of us will be here without each other.
There you
And
go.
I couldn't sit through 5-hour practices without all of you guys.
Or 9 hour.
9-hour practices, double sessions.
So we have practice. Well, I don't have practice. You guys have practice after
No,
this, right?
9 hours.
Actually.
It's really just a dry run because tonight we have to compete at Providence College and they want to look really great among
we
all those
do.
college
Yes.
teams.
We're so
it's just a
excited.
quick little practice before we get on the bus and then go to
Yeah.
Providence College. It's just a fast one if they hit it.
And you're the
Coach.
only
Yeah.
high
Let's hope.
school that's invited
We're the
to
only
that.
high school that's attending that, yeah. Because it's also a national send-off for those 3 colleges. They're going to nationals, but their nationals is not held the same time as ours.
It's in Daytona.
Theirs is
this
in
weekend.
Daytona.
Okay.
And so, yeah, but it's a good opportunity. One of the Providence College coach is actually a nationals judge, typically, so it'll be good to get her feedback.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
That would be
So
really
excited.
cool. That would
Yeah.
be really cool, yeah. And then you said you use Huddle, too. I thought that was
Yep, we
pretty
use Huddle
interesting.
all the time, and I can get alerts when I see that they watch it. So if I said, did you study? And they said, yes, I'll say, really? Because the Huddle didn't show that you watched any videos.
Right, you can tell if they can log on.
Uh-huh.
She knows
Right.
if we lie.
I do.
Wow. Well, girls, thank you. It was nice to meet you.
Thank you so much for having
I
me.
was here
Thank you
earlier.
so much.
Oh, you're welcome. So this will be this should be all set on the Facebook page. We'll probably update it. So if you go to 4 Deep Sports Talk, you can see the girls. Then we're going to send it. It will play here locally in Attleboro. And we're trying to get it in Rentham and all the other. Right now we cover about 35 different access towns with this. So that'll be fun.
It's awesome.
So for Justin Ferreira, Catherine Conley, aka Casey, Alex Mayo, Lucy Cabral is busy. Of course, she's not. Otherwise, she would have been here. She would have been filming crazy. I'm Dominic Damiano. We will catch you next time. Everyone have a fantastic weekend.
Thank you.
4 Deep Sports Talk production is brought to you in part by Bristol Plymouth Regional Vocational Technical High School, building for the future. Visit them at bptech.org. By GB Sons Construction Company. Visit them at gbsons.com. By Physical Therapy U. Visit them at ptuclinic.com. Mass Effect Football. Visit them at masseffectfootball.com. And by Advanced Trailer. Visit them at advancedtrailer.com.
This has been a presentation of 4 Deep Sports Talk, where high school and youth athletics come first.